In chains of gold, you're released. A pretty smile, a silent song. Is this where we all belong? Bow your head, they whisper low. But how far down does freedom go? Why submissive women are happier? Is it the lie or the laughter? Hold your tongue and hold your breath. Is it life or just a softer death?
Late one night, after finishing another chapter of Anna and Christian's story, we're talking 50 Shades of Grey here, I sat in front of my laptop. The blue lit light my face in the dark apartment as I hovered, hesitated over the link. What was I really looking for? Money? Experiences? Or something deeper? Someone who would take the lead. I'd spent years being the adult, the caretaker, long before I was ready. Maybe now, I just wanted to be looked after. I clicked. Sugar babies are prostitutes with better branding and
Hold your tongue and hold your breath.
And what?
and we know about it. From real life experiences. I'm Marian de la Croix, also known all over the internet as Piper Blush, and that's another experience for other things in sugar babying. I'm also the author of Why Submissive Women Are Happier, a book that took me about 11 years to write from my own personal experiences with submission.
They say kneel down and you'll find peace in chains of gold.
Sugar baby. So what is a sugar baby? I'm here with Master,
Hello.
my very own Master, and you are listening to the Happy Submissive podcast. We have a website, happysubmissive.com, where you can find all of the podcast episodes in podcast version, that means only audio, or in video and audio, because we record live
Because so did we.
from Monday to Friday at 9 a.m. Vancouver time on YouTube at Piper Blush for now. But we are also available on any podcast platform. So if you're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon, wherever you listen to your podcast, we're also there for your information.
And entertainment.
Yes. So, sugar babies, sugar daddies. Let's go over these two names and let's tell people what they are before we go even further into criticizing these people.
I have so many things that I can say about that we didn't talk before.
It's true because we never gave this angle of
No,
our story.
Never.
No, but except for the people who read the book, then they got some of it. So a sugar baby is a woman who finds herself a sugar daddy. Yeah, and well, so he's supposed to provide money in exchange for companionship.
Wow. You're supposed to bring the girl to a restaurant, and that's it.
Yep.
That's it.
You bring it to a restaurant, you pay her a load of cash.
Yeah.
And
just for her to smile at you.
yes, that's it.
According to those sugar baby
Babies.
website.
Yes, that is only what you do. And then that can pay for tuitions, maybe. That can pay for rent, for groceries. I mean, you just throw cash at a girl and she does not have to do anything but be pretty and smile. And have a good conversation, maybe. Yeah, you can converse.
Maybe.
You can converse. But nothing more is supposed to happen. That's like the basics. So why do we call them sugar babies and sugar daddies? I think it has a thing to do with sugar. The sweetness of it,
The
right?
sweetness.
Well, that's why I called this chapter a sweet arrangement.
Yeah, remember.
Because, I mean, so sweet, sugar, money. Sugar was worth a lot of money back in the day. Like,
Is it?
like salt a little bit, I guess, in that way. Like sugar it's like, it's nice, right? Everybody wants sugar. And they also say a lot like, oh, spoil me rotten. And
Oh, yeah,
and the
yeah.
only way you can rot something in that way, I think they mean like rotten, like you eat too much sugar type of rotten.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that must be it.
So sugar babies and sugar daddies, that's a type of relationship that some people out there have. And, well, we've had it for a very
Yeah.
brief moment.
And I've had it before you.
Yes.
I've met a couple of sugar baby.
Mm-hmm.
Can you ask me why?
Oh, okay, yeah, I can. Master, why did you meet a couple of sugar babies?
Thank you for asking. That's a good question. You always have to say it's a good question. Because it was the only dating website that women write to you.
So as a man,
As
you were
a
what,
man.
in your 40s, right?
I was in my 40s.
Yeah, mid 40s.
Mid-40s.
Man, early mid 40s. You're after like a separation or divorce or whatever, and then so you want to find a new partner.
Yes.
And you go on these dating sites, and that was a bit before Tinder, right?
Yeah, it was before Tinder.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I've tried them all
Okay.
the regular dating websites. And no answer at all. When you get it's going to be bad. When you get when a girl writes to you first on those classic dating website,
Yeah.
you don't want to look at the picture.
Oh.
Do I have a rim shop here? Yeah. I'm gonna use that one a lot.
Okay. For this episode
For
of the
this
Happy
episode.
Submissive
So-
podcast.
At the beginning, you're like super excited because you receive a message. Oh, you got what?
You've got mail.
You got mail, and then you're excited. Then you open the pictures, and it's not funny.
Okay.
Then after a couple of days that you receive the message, you got a message. Go, never mind.
I don't want to read that one.
I'm not gonna read that one. So you decide for some reason that you're better paying a girl, and you know what sugar baby means, and you registered yourself as a man. This is my experience as a man. You registered yourself as a man. You write the description, nothing fancy. You put the pictures, nothing fancy either. You can be ugly, they don't care. So and then you post,
Yeah.
and then you receive message instantly from a young woman. And she just wants my money. And you accept it. You accept it freely. And you go like, yeah, I'll give you money. And then you go out on a date and you don't give the money.
And this is how the Cinderella story never happened. Okay, so that's your experience. You went on the regular websites, did not work out. We're not
Didn't
getting
work
those
out.
type of women you wanted. So you decided to go to these other websites, the sugar baby websites. So you could actually, well, first of all, get messages from women actually message you over there, like message men over there.
And you know what's funny? They remind me of a story. When you registered yourself on those sugar baby website,
Yeah.
you receive a message from a girl that's also into regular website that when you're there and if you message them, they don't answer you
Oh,
back.
yeah. Because they're everywhere.
The girls on Sugar Baby are also on Bumbles
Tinder,
and all
Bumble,
that.
and all that.
Exactly.
Yeah, but they try to get more money, right? More bang for their buck. So when you're on a Sugar Baby, you know that you're going to get something in return. When you're on these regular websites, sometimes they try to split it, right? So they try to make you pay.
Exactly.
But they're on Bumble, so you're like, well, I'm not going to pay for you there. But we have seen that. We have seen the same girl on Sugar Baby websites and then on Bumble and
Yeah.
then on Field, and you're
Yeah.
like, okay, so I pay for you there. I'm just going to go and message you there. That way I don't pay for you there.
Exactly that.
We met organically, so now it's fine.
Good one.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Well, so I happen to also have the Sugar Baby experiences because I was looking.
Yeah.
I was lost. I went back from Asia. It's all in the book, chapter 3, people, chapter 3. And
Leave a comment.
if you read it. And so back from Asia, lost, didn't know what to do, was living with my brother's girlfriend in her apartment, and she was living with her brother, so we were the three of us. And she started to talk about this friend who was doing all of these well, let's give it a long story short, but all of these sexual things. So she worked at a massage parlor, you know, those kinds, the happy ending kinds. She also worked at events where she would just waitress. And was not naked and not doing sexual favors, or so she told me, but was making like $1,000 a night. And then at one point she told me she was also doing sugar babying. So I was like, wow, this seems very interesting. I was very much, well, poor. But I was also very much like into everything of the eroticism genre. Like I was like Eyes Wide Shut. I mean, all of the thrillers with Sharon Stone, all of these things. I really, really loved all of those. So I wanted to kind of know a little bit more, get out there more. Plus, I moved to Montreal from my like Eastern Township town. So there was like a veil of anonymity, freedom. I was 22. I mean, what can I not do, right? So I went on these websites. And I started exploring. And man, it's true that men, like, you just message them, right? You message them and then they message you right back. And there's some great men there. Like, there's men with, like, there's doctors, lawyers. I mean, we're not talking, like, bums that just want to... Well, there's pimps and proxynet, for sure.
There's a lot
there's
that.
some...
That's a problem.
Yeah, there's some trafficking. There's some things like that on there. There's, like, what we're going to talk about. Sugar babies are prostitutes with branding. Yeah, there's some Andrew Tate there for sure. But if you're a woman and you're maybe just not as naive and you're looking for something more like, I was looking like mentorship, someone older to teach me, to be in a relationship with, all of these things. I mean, there's a chance you'll find that because that's how we met.
It's totally how we met. It's
totally that. And it was the perfect lubricant, right, for a relation like ours. Because I wanted someone older, more established. Oh yeah, new registration to Happy Submissive. You can register now on happysubmissive.com.
It makes us happy. We receive a notification. It makes us happy.
It's super great. And when you do so, well, you get some free resources, but you also get to talk to the community and everybody in it. It's called The Circle. Yeah. So go and check it out. Now, to get back to the sugar baby story, so I was on there because I was looking for an older man that had more security and that could teach me something because I didn't know what to do.
Okay. I'm going to insert something.
Yeah.
Mentorship.
Yeah. Mentorship on these sites.
Mentorship. You know what mentorship is on those sites?
Okay.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
I will listen to your advice for $20. This is what
it's really that
mentorship is on those sites.
Yeah,
they don't care.
No, the women on there don't. They're just like, okay, yeah, I'll listen to you. You can talk to me, do all these things, and then I just take the money. But there's not a lot of exchange. What Jebri Guma says is sugar relations are only a monetary transaction.
Yes.
Exactly. That's what we're talking about. They are prostitution, but we need to tell you why. If not, the episode is over. Yeah. So we don't do that.
Goodbye. See you next time. No, it's not true. Okay, continue.
So the thing is, you're there and you have a few things that you can like direct yourself towards, right? You have a few tags. You can put on your profile some of the things. You never say you want sex for money or money for sex. That's like frowned upon because
if you say that on those sites, they ban you.
Exactly. So you need to say, let's go to the restaurant.
Because those sites are on high radar.
Yeah, very high risk because of the human trafficking and sex trafficking and all these other things.
It is, I think it's 50% sex trafficking.
Yeah, 50% is like that, and then there's the other few where it's like girls like me whose girlfriend has told them about this, they try it out.
What? This is another question, sorry again. Why is it always a girlfriend that told you who's patient zero?
Yeah, who's patient zero?
The OG sugar baby. That, you know.
Because it's always a girlfriend. It's always a girlfriend who tells you that either one of their girlfriends that is making a whole bunch of money doing nothing.
It's always
doing
lot
nothing.
Of money. Doing nothing.
You just go out on a date and you make like $300, right? And then but then there's the ones that are actually doing it. They're actually like really doing it. And at one point, that's the thing. Okay, so you go on a date, you make $300, you don't sleep with the guy. Maybe once, maybe twice. At one point,
never a third
at
time.
one point, you're going to need to sleep with the guy. I mean, this is the whole thing. Sugar babies are like, no, it's just for companionship. It's just for talking.
bullshit.
He helps me out. We have this relation. No, you sleep with the guy. If you don't, he's going to ditch you. Or if he's stringing you along, like super long, it's because he's grooming you. so
exactly.
like it's one or the other. So you don't want either or. And I had like real transaction experience. I talk about it in the book. And this man was like, he was a CEO, had his own company, had money. All of that was okay, and he was a lot older.
And he was nice. He was nice.
Of
Always
course.
nice to you. He
Oh, yeah.
never present you to this other friend that
No.
can give you more money if you're...
Yeah. And we never did things like with 5 other guys. None of that happened, and it was very secretive.
Ever been to a penthouse with, a nice view and,
I've been to the penthouse, but
Was it a penthouse?
yeah, it was a penthouse.
Like in
Was it a
Lille, they saw
penthouse?
In the book?
I think it was a penthouse.
on
Yeah,
top?
it was on top. There was
It's a
no like,
penthouse.
there was no
Penthouse.
outside, but it was like on top.
No outside.
There's no outside.
Why?
But I don't know. It was just like a block. Well, so it was a penthouse.
Good for you, but no outside.
No
That's
outside,
boring.
no outside. Well, maybe he just didn't. I didn't see, like, he didn't give me the full tour.
No?
No, it was very secretive and it was very awkward. And I guess I was awkward. so I didn't ask. It's not like, okay, let me check this place out.
Oh my God. What do we have this time?
Oh, new member purchase. Somebody supported the podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you for supporting the podcast. So I was in a real sugar baby. And so first date, we go not out because I was kind of like his mistress, I guess. So we go to this penthouse on Île des Sœurs, Nuns Island. If you're from Montreal, you will know this place. It's a kind of a rich place. And so we get there, then there's nothing in the fridge, right? There's just like champagne and sushi. That's it.
Okay, but it was not even Airbnb that place. You should have Airbnb that place.
Well, I have no idea. It was like, there was some bedding, right? There was some toilet paper. There was things there, but there was no people living there. Like, I don't know. He said it was like an apartment. I don't know if it was a business apartment, a friend's apartment, probably a friend's apartment. Maybe it was his apartment, but it didn't look like his. It didn't look like he was like living there.
Maybe it was his apartment when he was in Montreal, because he was living in Quebec, right?
Yes.
So
yeah.
he just bought this as
As
property. 'Cause
A
when you got
bachelor
money,
pad.
What surprised me, he was not Chinese.
No, it was not Chinese. No, it was
'Cause
completely
Chinese do that
Quebecois.
all the time, and it
Yeah.
was not Vancouver. That's why he was white.
Probably. So he was really like, it was gentle, he was nice, older, but he never wanted us to be seen together. So it was only like hotel rooms or the penthouse or like bringing me to Quebec for like a fantasy thing. So, but it was, like I said, I'd had no bad experience. I didn't have very many experiences, but I had no bad experience. But this experience was completely transactional, and I saw a ring on his finger.
This is the best part of the book.
Yeah.
When I read that part, you look at the ring, and all he said is, "It's complicated."
Yeah.
But Facebook got that. Are you in a relationship? Yes. No. It's complicated.
Facebook, even Bumble, everybody now has like this tag.
There's that on
Yeah, it's
Bumble?
complicated. I mean, how complicated can it be that you're with a 22-year-old with champagne in a penthouse that's probably like back then? That's like, let's say 11, 12 years ago. Like, that's like $4 million. And you still have your ring. Couldn't you just take in soap and remove it before?
I cannot remove my ring. I
mean,
cannot.
Maybe that's why. It's complicated.
It's complicated to remove my ring.
Exactly.
That's
It's
what it means.
but put gloves. I don't know.
They should replace "It's complicated" by "I love prostitute."
Yeah, that'd be better. That'd be way better. So first night, I mean, yeah, we had sex
Of course, you had sex.
because it's what it's for. It's a sugar babying. But I was a bit in that way. Like I thought from some of what I got that I didn't have to, but I was young, libido. I wanted to. Like, I mean, it was fine. It was not like nobody was forcing me, and I felt really great doing that. There's no problem. But still, like, it is so foolish and so wrong of women to bring other women into sugar babying.
Yes, that's what
I'm telling them that it's really, oh no, this guy's just gonna pay for us to wine and dine, look at each other, and that's it. No.
No. They
This-
forgot to tell you that.
That you get in the ass at one point. Like this is what happened. Most sugar baby. That's only that. And these guys are a bit different. Yeah, they want something maybe ongoing and they want something discreet. You're more like I was a mistress. I was a 22-year-old mistress.
They say kneel down and you'll find peace. In chains of gold, you're released. A pretty smile.
You were a mistress.
Yes, and I had bigger plan for my life than being a mistress. So I cut things off because I was like, I don't want this. Like this, like going to hotels. We never slept together. Like, I mean, not in the physical sense of like sleeping. There was no sleeping. There was just money exchange and going to places. I was like, this is not for me. I'm not a prostitute. And I like this for me was not sugar babying. It was prostitution.
Totally prostitute.
And I think both are the same thing after being on these websites and like as a 22-year-old, right?
You know why this man was clever and he took care of you? Because he didn't pay you a lot of money.
Yeah.
Because you know what?
A prostitute would be worth.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, because it's a different name, but again, different branding. So prostitutes are a bit different. And
when
I was.
guy give a lot of money to that girl, be cautious.
Yeah.
Because he's not clever. Because, having a bit of sex for half an hour doesn't worth $1,000.
No, it's not. No, that's not what he would pay me. So.
It's in the book. If you want to know how much, it's in the book.
So, well, I didn't entertain this, but I realized that sugar babying and prostitution are one and the same in that way. But like you said, I was new to this. I was not yet a prostitute or not yet like a sex worker in that way. I was 22. I was trying it out. I wanted to have experiences. I felt like I didn't have many experiences, like sexually and just like out there in the big city as a young adult, wanting to just live life, like, do drugs, do sex work. I mean, whatever you can do, like do all of that. And I did it. And it was great with like that one guy. But then I realized this is really not what I want. I am not that person. This will not be my life and this will not be my career. I will not become a prostitute. Like I don't want this. So what happened is, I kind of closed the site for a little bit, the sugar daddy site, but then reopened it.
Yeah.
And that's where.
At the end of the month, when the first for your rent's coming out, I think I'm going to reopen it.
Well, because I didn't want to get a regular job like in restoration, like not restoration, but not in like cooking or cleaning or all these like other jobs that I could have gotten. I didn't want to do that. I want something different. So I knew that if I kept on not doing all of those, I would be
miracle's gonna happen.
Well, I would be so stuck that I would have to do something about it because I always could provide for myself. That was never an issue. So it was just like, okay, I need to change my ways now. This is not working. This is really not working. And I'm 22 now. I'm not like 18. When you're 18, you kind of have a little bit of leeway. At 22, you don't have so much anymore. You need to figure things out.
At one point.
Yeah. So we met. We met on the site. And while we met... Why are we talking about MAGA? I'm Canadian. It has nothing to do with this.
I don't see that.
I love the red mic. Maybe because it was a band. I don't know. Red mic is to match my lipstick. Has nothing to do with Donald Trump. Just so you know. Like
we're Canadian.
We're Canadian. It's the color of Canada.
And Giselle's hat is Canada written on it. It's not MAGA.
No. Has no like correlation. If you're seeing stuff, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you believe in that like coincidences or whatever, but there's none there. There's none there. We met on the Sugar Baby website. Yeah, Master and I did meet there.
Oh, my comment just refreshed.
Yeah. Now you see. Yeah, you see that thing.
Okay, wait. Okay. Continue your story after we're gonna go after the comment.
Okay, perfect. So we met on there. We exchanged emails for about like 3 weeks, and then we got together. And it was like, so the premises of us meeting was, yes, it's a sugar baby arrangement, but you were really clear. I mean, you had all these experiences with other girls, like thousands of them, right?
Yeah. Thousands.
And I had this like one experience, and we were like, we connected on a few many things. You said that you didn't want a girl that would just say yes. You didn't want a prostitute. You didn't want that prostitute attitude, which is like, I say yes to everything, and then at one point I ditch you.
Yeah.
It's really what they do. They just say yes because they want money, and then if you don't give them money, or if you don't it's like pay for things or something like that, they just go full on. They hate you now.
Yeah,
it's I love you. I say yes to everything you do, and then no. And I hate you.
It's an arrangement. You're supposed with the girl that knows what they're doing there. You pay a monthly allowance.
Yeah, allowance.
And you're supposed to see them once a week or twice. Depends on the amount of money.
So
you
it's
give.
negotiated, right?
Yes,
there's like
exactly.
some terms to it, and then there's the money you give them, and there's the exchange, right? So do they want purses? Do they want to go out to dinner? Do they want hardcore cash? I mean, what is the negotiating terms?
Exactly.
And then, some of them want more experiences. Some of them want more money because they need to pay rent.
Yeah.
And everybody needs to pay rent in that way. Like even us at the beginning, you helped me out.
Yeah, I told you.
Because you're there. You're with a younger woman too. You were older. Most of the men down there are older than the women. Like not necessarily 23 years, but there's more in their 30s. Usually, you don't have like a 25-year-old that's on sugar baby dating website. I haven't seen one when I was there. I don't know how it is today, but
Most of the time.
over 30.
Yeah.
Over 30. You have the means, right, to provide a little bit, or at least to pay for one night.
A couple of girls seeking young men, and they think they have money.
Rich young man.
That's rare. Rich young men don't hang out there. They don't need to. They go to parties and
girls just fall on their feet.
Exactly.
Or their dick, depending. Just
depending.
But that leads me to like this there's a difference between the being paid, right? And the I'm gonna take care of you.
Yeah.
And I think you were a lot more what sugar baby meant in its core was, I'm gonna take care of you, I'm gonna provide for you, but I'm not gonna pay you. There's a difference.
The thing that I like back in the days with the sugar baby, it was the word mentorship.
Yeah.
And I thought it was true.
Me too. We were both fooled by the same thing. Like, so there are these tags that you can choose or you can put in your profile.
And you know what? Awful workplace. I'm going to fucking ban you if you mention that again, because this is not a political show. Can I ban them right away?
Yeah, you can.
I'll do that. One more message and he's gone.
Okay, perfect. Great. Yes, master. So there's a difference between taking care of someone and helping them out and mentoring and like going towards that than just like, okay, here's $20 or maybe 300. I mean, depends which hole you used. And and then being like, okay, I'm gonna like come and live at my place. We'll sort things out. Oh yeah, totally. Okay, did you ban or do you want me to do it?
I'll try.
You
Can
doing
you ban it because I cannot do that.
Yeah.
You're banned. Get the fuck out.
Hide user on this channel. Bam. Done. Here, let's put this instead. And is really supposed to be nothing sexual. Well, yeah, like Mike's Power says, I think the idea that most women have entering this is that sugar babies are not going to do anything sexual. It's mostly companionship, wine and dine, good talking. But quite frankly, it's an exchange of service. When is a person going to pay for nothing? Like, do you understand what I mean? Like, why would you pay to just go have dinner with somebody? Call your sister. I mean, it's just like...
Call your sister. Call your mom.
Call your mom. Like, go on a blind date with a feminist. She's going to pay for the bill. So, like, don't... Don't go on a sugar baby dating website. And men are not maybe they're just not as foolish. I don't know. Men know if they go on a sugar baby website, they're gonna have sex, right? You knew. Come on.
Exactly.
I mean,
and you know what? The first thing you do before you go on a date with a sugar baby, go to ATM,
Yeah.
withdraw some cash because they don't take the card.
no,
you
they
know?
don't.
And make sure you put at a safe place.
Oh, okay.
Because you don't know how much you're going to give, sometimes.
Yeah.
So
It could cost you less than you expect.
And if you wake up in the morning, maybe the wallet's going to be gone.
That
could happen.
That's possible too. We're talking about like sex work. We're talking about the margin of society in a dark way. Like it is very, very, very mixed with all of these things. Like pimps, drugs, and all of that together. This is true. Once you go there is some good people, but it is a very slim part of the people that are on there that are really seeking dating. And it's not okay. So at one point, you get past this, I've done it for the fun of it, for the thrill of it, like I did, found what I was looking for, and then we went back on there together, not like separately. But I mean, it didn't become my job. I didn't like this thing. When you try it in your 20-ish, like in your 20s, you go on there, you try it a few times, maybe, great, you have some sex, you have some money, it's fun. But when you start doing that, and only that, for over 2 years, you're now a prostitute.
Because the first
You're just bam.
the first thing you need to check when you are on in those websites,
Yeah.
it's the date joint.
Oh yeah, they
If it's
joined.
2018 and you're in 2024, this is her job.
This is her job now.
And you know what she's gonna say? I'm just new here. I registered a long time ago, so I decided
yeah.
to go back. And this is all bullshit.
The other one is, I'm in school, so like it's taking a long time to finish school, and most of the real professionals on there, it's funny how they study like neuroscience.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, wow, there's so many neuroscience girls on here. Whoa, you all like and like really high biology or things like that. Like
MBA.
yeah, MBAs.
And for some reason they cannot make it to the rent.
No.
And they got a MBA.
Yeah. Calculate that.
Did you do your taxes this year? No.
No, because
MBA. This is weird because a lot of people we met lately got MBAs and didn't do their taxes.
I think they got the MBAs in Crackerjack boxes. I think they
Probably.
give them freely in Canada for your PR.
They say kneel down and you'll find peace in chains of gold. You're released. A pretty smile, a silent song. Is this where we all belong?
Master and I did meet on a sugar baby dating website. Yes, back in the day, about 11 years ago.
Good old days.
You're listening to the Happy Submissive podcast. You can find more details in the podcast description. And don't forget to follow, join, click the bell wherever you're listening. Also, go to happysubmissive.com when you have the time.
And talk to Lily.
Yes,
She's feeling lonely these days.
Yeah,
she told me that yesterday.
she did. She's probably with a lot of other things. Lily is the uncensored AI chatbot that we put on
For free.
Happy Submissive for free. So go chat with her, go test her out, and then tell us how it went. We have funny stories. Very funny stories. So we met on there. We've been together for a few years, and when things started to go well with us, we became famous on YouTube, had money. I mean, everything was like crazy and was crazy good, and we realized that we needed a team to make more money, to expand.
Yeah.
And since, you found me there and I found you there, we realized that maybe it would be a good place to look for another woman. That we could help out, and also she could work with us in that way. In a sort of trio dynamic, not in a unicorn way, more in a mentorship way, exactly the way we were the two of us together. In that way, we went back on the sugar daddy websites
Because of the mentorship.
Yes.
And we understand because we met on the sugar baby that maybe, and we had the means to do it, maybe we
Yes.
can help another artist.
Yes, especially an artist romantic woman who was there and lost just like I was.
Exactly.
When you found me, and you had like all of this structure. You had the art of blowjob, you had all these websites, and you also had like all your knowledge and expertise. So we started working together, and that gave me the push also. Plus you provided for me. So I did, like, you took me in, paid for food, paid for everything, and we just worked together.
Yeah.
That's it. So we wanted to provide the same thing for one of those women. If you're one of those women and you're listening, well, too bad for you. Because shit, we tried.
We tried. We tried really hard.
We tried for like close to 5 years.
How many girls we tried to mentor and make them
Like,
be successful
the ones-
as an artist? Approximately how much?
The ones that like actually came to our place, like for more than one night. Or would you mean those ones, or like the ones we went in
just
contact with?
How many that went to our place? You think
Over
10?
20?
Over
Over
20?
20 came to our place, but not all of them stayed. Like it didn't click.
but
Yeah. Over 20.
That we wanted
Yeah.
to help them
Yeah.
with a job, with money, with monies and stuff. Over 20.
Yes.
None of them succeed, and all of them today, right now, they're still messed up.
Yeah.
And they're still like,
Because it did
they're
not.
still living in like chambers, don't
Yeah,
have cars, roommates and all that.
And so, because it did not submit, right? They did not submit to us. Like I submitted to you.
Yeah, just like, exactly.
It's
like
all
you
in the
explained
book. It's all in Why Submissive Women Are Happier. I talk about this. I have a chapter about like the women who tried to help.
Yeah.
And when I say tried to help, we also wanted help from them, right? It was really about collaboration in that way. And so we have been on there. We have seen the prostitutes.
Yeah.
We have seen the first timers.
And they were not full-time prostitute. They were like first-time prostitute.
Well, the ones
they were not hardcore, like,
no. Well,
prost-
not because we had a system
It was
where
not a- we filtered them.
we filtered them. We found out like the differences, and we filtered the prostitutes or the escorts or all of like these girls that were really doing this for a living at that time.
Yeah.
And went more for the first timers who were seeking out. And a lot of them, it's true, when a lot of them say, oh, this is my first time here, it is mostly true. And you can tell by, the date of join and how old they are. And at one point after like a year you're there, you start seeing the same pictures over and over again. So you kind of get the gist of it. Plus we got banned a few times from these websites because we were trying to physically help. Like we were really trying to help. We were not trying to just get a date at a restaurant and then move on somewhere else. So every time we talked about like mentorship, like real mentorship, every time we talked about helping financially in like helping like with debt and things like that. Every time we talked about working together, building a team, helping out. Got banned.
It's really just for prostitutes.
Yeah. But so there's some keywords you cannot use.
Yeah.
You should not use. And then, so the messaging, we got a system of messaging to get out of there as fast as possible, but to still be able to get, these women that were looking for something different. And also I believe that like, before they get into the prostitution circle, maybe we can get a few of them out of there.
Yes.
Like it's not,
We were honest.
Yeah. First time chat.
Okay, because someone says, can you enable the voice speech for Lily? I'm going to do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to try to do that.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
not promising it for today, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna work on it.
Okay, yeah. So
Perfect, Paul. I'll do that.
Lily's gonna have a voice soon.
Yeah, and
Nice.
it's just like when we try to help Lilith,
Yeah.
when it didn't work,
Mm-hmm.
we drive her back to her mom's and so she can go back to her miserable life.
Yeah.
Then the day after, she went back on those prostitution sites.
Exactly, because we were there too, right? So we saw it, and you're like, wow, you really want this for your life? Like, I understand some girls, there's nothing you can do. Like, you want to prostitute yourself, fine, do it, whatever. It's like, it's fine.
I think these women never had an orgasm before.
No, not her.
No, I think
No.
I think
Some of
she-
them don't actually, and they prostitute themselves, and they
Yeah,
don't.
and they don't like men.
No, they're just
They
doing it
don't
for
like
the
men.
money. They really
Yeah.
don't. Yeah.
So you want to help her, or you want to help another fellow artist,
Mm-hmm.
and they go back to prostitution? What does that mean?
Well, that means they're prostitutes. They're not artists. I mean, at one point, there's like,
Exactly.
there's like you need to. What pays the rent? And that's it. Like, which money pays your rent? If it's drug money, you're into drugs. If it's pornography, you're a pornographer. If it's prostitution, you're a prostitute. If it's striptease, you're a stripteaser. It's that simple. With what money do you pay your rent? That's it.
They say kneel down and you'll find peace. In chains of gold, you're released. A pretty smile, a silent song. Is this where we all
belong? Okay, Jibri says, sugar or not sugar, all new relationship in this era feels like a transaction at the beginning, and it takes time to know where all that's going. Well, of course, if you find her at a strip club, it's going to be more transactional than if you find her at a Starbucks.
I think most relationships should be transactional, not necessarily in money.
Oh, okay, you mean there's a power dynamic, so there's an exchange.
Exactly.
In that way. Somebody needs to pay at the end, like,
Yeah.
for whatever. In the past, sugar babies seek money and wellness, right? But these days, where everyone can open an OF, that's OnlyFans account, and get more money from the media creation, do you believe sugar babies are going to disappear?
I don't think it's going to be disappear. And I'm going to say why. And you say why you think for
Okay,
yourself
let's go,
after.
master.
Because there's a lot of women that thinks being a prostitute is more private than doing those OF kind of thing. What do you think?
I think the same thing as you. So the thing is, doing sex work online versus doing sex work like in strip clubs as an escort or a prostitute is completely... You choose with who you meet and you choose how you meet them. So in real life, it's a lot more anonymous. If you want to make money on OnlyFans, and I'm the proof of this, just Google Piper Blush, you need to be out there. And the girls who make the most money are the ones who are the most out there. And when I say out there, I mean, if I could pass at CBC News right now, I would make money. Like mainstream media money.
Exactly.
Like this is just the way it is. You cannot hide and be rich on the internet. There's too much competition. There's too much everything. Yes, you make money when you sleep, but quite frankly, there's always that type of girl that doesn't want her mother to know or that doesn't want her friends to know. So she will go in the real world to do these real world things. And there's the other type of girl like me who doesn't want that. It's too dangerous, too scary. I mean, it's diseases. Plus, well, the whole fact that it is transactional and that you need to always go back out and sleep with another person to get money. You don't make money when you sleep.
It's not recurring.
It's not recurring. It's not a great business model, and it's a very ephemeral business model. Prostitution, okay, when you have nothing, you can still sell your body. I completely understand that. But in the end, you do that. So I hope when you're in your 20s and then you stop, because there's like this men like younger women. They don't pay for older women. In general, it doesn't work like that. So you have an expiry date, a bit like in the porn industry. Same thing. All sex work.
Or the milk you buy.
Or the milk you buy. Oh, that nice milk. And then, well, we have Max Power who replies, is funny. I was just going to say that OF is going to make it disappear.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. I think, of course, the world is changing and these girls are morphing and are moving, and some industries are less big as they were. I think right now, the way we're seeing it is that before you had like two choices, you know, prostitution or prostitution. Then you had prostitution or pornography. But now you have so many. You have prostitution, pornography, you have striptease, you have Patreon, OnlyFans, like many vids. You have all of these platforms and you can choose only one. So it's kind of like being watered down a little bit.
Some people would pay for Patreon because they don't want to encourage directly the naked pictures and all that.
Exactly. I have a lot of Patreons for that.
So people feel better for that, but they still want to encourage you as an artist, even if you show your tits or not.
Yes, exactly. So it's just different models for different things. But I believe that like women will always do that, right? They will always
women will always do sex work.
Exactly.
In a way or not.
It's for sure. Because the whole point about our podcast, Happy Submissive, is submission. So the thing is, if you are a woman that is in that sex work, and seriously, we have to like put a little asterisk there. it is true that some women don't really have a choice in that way. Like they don't have much means, and so they do it. But for most of them who are young and just experiencing and then decide to do that, so you are in this sex work era. You're there, you're doing it, and I completely forgot what I was going to say.
It's okay. It's okay.
They say kneel down and you'll find peace. In chains of gold, you're released. A pretty smile, a silent song. Is this where we are?
Yes, submission.
You got
It
it.
came back to me. So in that way, these women that are deciding to sell their bodies, right? They are submitting to the man. They don't make money unless the man makes money. If men don't have more money on the entire planet Earth right now, to this day, if let's say there's no more men with money, then women cannot sell their bodies. They have no buyers.
No buyers.
Offer demand. So they are submitting to the man in that way, but it's crazy and it's funny in a not funny way how much prostitutes and sex workers think that they're dominating men.
Yeah,
Think that they're
true.
think
We
that
need
they're
to talk
like,
about that.
yeah, it's going to be another podcast. And if you have podcast ideas or you wanted to go over subjects because we have some experience in some of these things,
Yeah.
please just go to happysubmissive.com. There's a feed there when you join for free, and you can put your ideas just right there in the feed. Plus people can comment on them. And so it's very engaging in that way. So they believe that they are the ones in control. But if you don't have the money, you're not the one in control. So that being said,
Exactly.
sugar babies are just prostitutes. Unfortunately, and that is not the guy's fault. The guy goes on there because he wants a partner. He wants a date.
He wants sex.
He wants a date, so he wants sex. Any type of, whether it be Tinder or Sugar Baby or eHarmony, it doesn't matter. I mean, he wants sex. You want a partner. What, are you not having sex with your girlfriend? If so, you should maybe break up. So
You did have experiment with Ashley Madison, right?
I did.
We need to what
Yes.
happened to Ashley Madison? Is it still open?
I don't know. I have no idea. But
need to
yeah,
check it
before
out.
I went on the essay, like Sugar Babies and all that, I did go on Ashley Madison for a little bit. Yeah, that's going to be definitely very interesting. And it was in those days. I remember that, like, there was a leak of emails. So I received a whole bunch of like weird emails
I
after that.
remember.
So the worst part of all of this, if you have one thing, like to say about this, is that men, yes, if you want a younger woman and if you want women to reply to you, definitely sugar baby websites are the way to go. You will get some real prostitutes on there. You will get some real escorts, however they call themselves. I mean, let's just make it clear. They want money to buy purses. That's it.
Yeah.
They're not in school anymore. They don't need to pay the tuitions. They don't need money for, yes, rent in that way, but that's not what they're doing. And they're seeing more than one guy. They don't necessarily want one guy. Like when I did it, I wanted just one guy. I didn't want to have like many guys, and like this was not my thing.
Also, it's not on your note, but sometimes it's two girls for the price of one, but it's
Yes.
never for the price of one. It's for the price of 1.5 because they're too shy to do it alone. So they bring the girlfriend.
Yes.
And they kiss in front of you, and it's just nice.
Yeah. There's all of that happens, which is not all that bad in that way. And when you find women that is really their first time and they're there to explore, well, they're not yet prostitutes, right? They're still having this idea that you will pay them to have dinner and that's it, and they won't need to have sex with you. And that is so wrong, because that is women bringing women into this. It's not men bringing.
Yeah.
Well, okay, maybe 2 or 3 pimps. Let's exclude the sex word.
It's really rare that a guy would tell his sister, you know what, you should, join us.
Hey, little sis, you know what I found out? You should go do this. No, it's not that. It's a girlfriend or a friend of a friend. As a girl, females who will do that. And some of them have really bad experiences. Some of them get raped. Some of them don't get paid. I mean,
Yeah.
and they still push their friends to do it. This is like, and even when I did it after that, and then when I went into the, let's say, the real porn industry, more like, okay, shooting for myself, being independent and all that, all the girls we ever met, I was always like, don't go there. Like, it should make money online. don't go there. You will get raped. It's gonna happen. Like, it's just a matter of how many guys you go out with.
At one point,
it will happen.
It's not gonna be long that you're gonna meet a pimp.
Yes.
And then they're
And
gonna
the younger
present
you are.
exactly another girlfriend, young, and this girlfriend's gonna corrupt you to do shit that you don't want to do.
Exactly. And then you're in it, so it's too late. Heartbreaking. Now you try to help more than 20 souls.
Heartbreaking. No, you try to help.
Yeah. Heartbreaking. Now. No. Oh, heartbreaking. No. You try to help more than 20 souls to become the best version of they can be and fail. Man tries to save the woman in distress, but seems not that easy as per your experience.
Exactly. And that's exactly what we're talking about. And like you mentioned in the book, we really try to help them.
Yeah, and we even tried as a couple, as a male-female, not even just a male.
Exactly.
And you did that as a male with me.
Yeah.
And we even questioned if that might have been like some of the problem because we were two. But I thought...
We never slept with none of them.
No.
None of them we slept. None of them we had sex.
No. That is the interesting part.
And because when you had sex, they're going to ask you for more money.
Exactly.
So then you realize that they don't want to be saved. They just want to have sex, have the money, and buy a purse and go.
So to get to where what you're saying, Master, is that to know what they really want, or if they really want to be saved, or if that's a possibility, we gave them experiences. Yes, it was like crazy, it was fun, but no, you don't go to the sex right away because then you will need to pay them back. It's like reciprocity, right? So if you do that, you need to pay them, and in the same way, if what you're trying to offer is more, and you go directly for that, it clouds the message a little bit. I believe it clouds the message and it gets blurry. Also, be aware that like women under 25 are not like fully developed in their brains, and men neither. But like they're very young, and I feel it's a good age. I was great at 22 being on there and doing all these things, but they don't have lead. Like they don't know what to do. They don't have purpose, and they're there. So it's not like, okay, if you meet a 22-year-old and she's studying to be a real neuroscientist, I mean, she's fine. She's not going to go on there.
Yeah, she's got good parents.
She's probably got good parents and that took care of her and everything else. So this is not a thing she's going to explore. But if you do find them on there, then it's just a different type of people, right? That goes on there, that wants this type of experience, that wants to explore out of it. Like I say in my book, Why Submissive Women Are Happier, my parents didn't have many means. I wanted to write, I wanted to be an artist, I wanted to be beautiful, and I just didn't have that in my vicinity, and I didn't know how to go get it. So when I was presented with the Sugar Baby website, I was like, well, you know what? I didn't try this and nothing's working, so I'll just try it. And I did. And nothing bad happened to me. And then I met Master. It was like, okay, this is perfect. This is exactly what I want. So it worked. And it does work for some other couples too. I mean, some we're not the only married couple from Sugar Baby websites. There are some. So it's possible. But again, you just need to be aware of what's on there. It's just like Tinder. Tinder is all about aesthetics. So, well, you'll go with aesthetics. That's it. Sugar Baby websites are all about older men, younger women.
They say kneel down and you'll find peace. In chains of gold you're released. A pretty smile, a silent song. Is this where we all belong?
You're listening to the Happy Submissive podcast, and we're talking sugar babies or prostitutes with better branding. Now, what we discovered throughout our years together, I mean, you being on Sugar Baby websites before me, trying them out, me trying them out before you as well, and then us meeting on there, and us trying to recreate what worked for us. I think what we could take out of this is that it's just like, there are some people you cannot save, right? A bit like these guys were saying. But
Lilith, it's impossible. She's never going to make it.
No. So you need to get in that mind space where you try, you give what you can give. You don't give what you cannot give. Like all these artists, we always said the same thing. We're not mechanics. If you want to do mechanics, we cannot help you. But if you want to create art, and most of them was not even related to OnlyFans or any of that adult content we were doing. It was very separate. We were doing music at one point. We had technology companies at another point.
Yeah.
So it was things that were very different. Even YouTube. Some of them wanted to be YouTubers. Some of them wanted to be writers, musicians.
Remember the one that wanted to do a comedian?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
She
then-
wanted to be a
and she
comedian.
was surprised that rich people work.
Yeah, she
That was-
stayed for like 4 days with us, something
Yeah.
like that, and she just wanted a purse.
Yeah, she wanted a $6,000 purse.
She wanted a six. She flew in because we didn't pay for our plane ticket to flew in. She was telling us that she was retired.
Yeah,
so we're
so
like,
she said,
what
"You
are
got
you
money?"
doing on a sugar baby website if you're retired and you have all this money?
Then she lied and she says it was just a lie.
She was just like on a
Break.
leave. Yeah,
Yeah.
because she was just on a work leave and she was getting paid for her work leave and she had to go back to work because she did not have any money for the rest
No.
of her life. She was like 24.
So when she said I'm retired, I have money and all that, and she said, "Are you gonna pay for the plane tickets?" I said, "No, you got money. You just told us you're rich.
Yeah.
You just want to learn YouTube and stuff."
You want to be a comedian on YouTube? Come on, we'll shoot together. We'll make things. We'll show you how it works. We have all the
And
equipment.
she was surprised that we were waking up early and working.
Yeah, she did not understand that, and she said it to her face. Right? She said, "Wow, rich people work." And then at the end, when she left, she was just like, I just wanted a purse. I thought you guys were going to buy me a purse. I'm like, what? You said you wanted to be a comedian. We're going to help you be a comedian. What's the purse? What's the correlation between a person being a comedian? Like what? This is going to make you a comedian having a purse? No.
I hate purse.
I hate purses too in that way because it's always that, right? It's always the prostitutes
the
are always
purse.
like, oh, a nice purse.
Yeah.
Always that. The Louis Vuitton, the
A
Chanel.
young woman with a luxury purse, she sucked the dick once to have it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there are the really rich parents.
Oh yeah, one or the other. But
She's
you can tell.
Asian.
You can tell by the way they're dressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way they're dressed, the lips.
Yeah, the lip fillers.
And the purse. Prostitute.
For sure. So I know that this is still kind of taboo in society, but I feel like now with OnlyFans and sugar babies and all that, I feel like most women I know, and this is, of course, I'm in this industry, so it makes sense, but most women I know, I've tried it. And even women that we are starting to meet, like for the book, and something that is more literary, more intellectual, have also wanted to try it or have opened an account and closed it, either on sugar baby websites, either on OnlyFans. I mean, they've done this. So it is something we need to talk about to women out there and to men out there because it is happening whether you want it or not. Whether
Maybe it's going to be when you get older or if you have a daughter.
Exactly.
Maybe she did it.
Well, that's the thing. So you can't shy away from that. You can't be like a father who says, or a mother who says, oh, my girl's never going to do that. It's not true.
And
I knew too many girls who done it so that there's no daughters that have ever done it.
And when you hear that my daughter's fine, she's good, she's the first one on Friday night doing it.
Yeah.
She just hide the money.
Exactly. And it's really like that. We'll take it from our years of experience.
Yeah.
And all the people we've also when you are as open as us as a couple or as open as Piper Blush on the internet, the World Wide Web, well, people just kind of confess to you these sexual things, right?
Yeah.
Because like you're like a pastor or priest in that way. They just like, oh, you're so sexually out there, you're so kinky, you're so whatever, that they just come to you and like share all their deepest, darkest desires or all the crazy stuff they've done. And we're like, wow.
Oh, thank you for sharing.
Thank you for sharing. Yeah. I know we've done our fair share, more than our fair share. Our life is kind of crazy, like just the other night.
That's why you got a book there. That's why.
Yes, Master. That's why. Why Submissive Women Are Happier is there on happysubmissive.com.
Because we had a crazy life.
We did. And it's all in the book. But also, if this is like the type of life you want, if you want to be a man that leads, well, Master comes through in the book. You come through in the podcast. And we're going to do a lot more of this so a lot of more people can understand the subtleties, right? And not just judge a book by its cover. It's more complicated than that. Life, unfortunately, is not just one answer to one question, and that is not 42. Oh, this is
You
my
gotta-
guy for my package.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, do it. Do it live.
Yes, you can buzz. Yeah, can you buzz? The buzzer is. Okay, he's gonna call me back. All right.
Okay, we need to go.
Yes. You were listening to the Happy Submissive podcast. We are live on YouTube from Monday to Friday at 9 a.m. Vancouver time. And you can watch and listen to all of the podcast episodes on happysubmissive.com. Also, don't forget to join as a free member so that you be part of our circle.
They say kneel down and you'll find peace. In chains of gold, you're released. A pretty smile, a silent song. Is this where we are?